better daily, where we work hard in our minds, bodies, and our spirits to become 1% better every single day. Download the app and join our Betterment family at betterdaily.life to catch the video version of these podcasts. Here's your host and my dad, Alex Van Houten.
What is up, Betterment family? This is Alex Van Houten in Better Daily Live. Happy Tuesday. It is Nutrition Tip Tuesday, and today we're going to go through a nutrition tip to help you on your 1% better journey. Do you like my crazy post-rain hair? It is raining like crazy here in Arkansas right now. This is what your hair looks like after you go let the chickens out in the rain. But today we talked about eating an elephant yesterday, and so I thought I'd look up the nutrition facts for an elephant. I'm just kidding. We're not going through the protein and omega-3 fatty acids in an elephant. Today I'm going to be talking about lemons. Get excited. Lemons. So when life gives you lemons, finish that statement. When life gives you lemons, make lemonade. Yes. And that is the statement. Actually, really fun fact. This is not, on topic necessarily, but you'll appreciate this. It turns out that we humans get lemons when we cross bitter oranges with citrons. And so it turns out that life never really gave us lemons. We made them ourselves. Is that not irony? You get lemons by crossing bitter oranges and citrons, and we did that to ourselves. So it should be like, when you give yourself lemons, make sure you make something good out of it. Anyway, so we're going to talk about lemons today. Lemons are an interesting subject because it's not really a part of most people's diet, to be honest, unless you're in the South and you drink lemonade through the summer. But there are actually some health benefits to the whole lemon thing, and I've found it to be a helpful replacement. Lemon water, that is. I found it to be a helpful replacement for some folks' proclivity to not want to drink just actual water, like water all by itself. I've heard people say things like, I know I need to drink more water, but I really just don't like it. Is there an alternative? Like, no, sorry. Your body's made of about 65 to 70% water. There's no way around it. You're going to have to drink water if you want to promote betterment in your body, promote health, and give your body what it needs in order to restore itself well and to stand up to all the stressors of the day. But something that I don't personally do this. I have a lot of clients who really appreciate it. And my wife she's a registered dietitian, and she's actually the one who turned me on to this for clients and whatnot. I personally don't like the taste, honestly, but it's the idea of adding a fruit that puts flavonoids in your water. So she adds lemon juice. She'll fill up her cup and she'll throw a little lemon juice in there, and she loves it. And it's actually kind of funny because I'll pick up her water and go to get a drink of it, and I hate it. So like, you do this. You do your thing with your gross lemon water. And she says it's a nice way to keep me from drinking all her water over the summer. And so that's nice. But the reason I'm talking about this today is there's actually an interesting amount of research around lemons and some of the benefits that they have to the body. And then also, for those of you who are looking for an alternative for things like juices and sodas and teas and that sort of thing, you can spice up your water with lemon water, but also with other either low calorie, low sugar juices, or you can actually do what's called infusing water. We'll talk about that in a second. So some of the studies, very, very interesting. One, it turns out that lemon water actually might have some positive benefits to things like cardiovascular disease. So there's some flavonoids in lemons themselves that actually seem to reduce inflammatory markers that are associated with cardiovascular disease. So you might not know this, but fruits have biomarkers in them. They have compounds in them that aren't macronutrients at all. We talk a lot about proteins and carbohydrates and fats around here, but fruits also have, and some vegetables too, have compounds in them that we don't use for energy, but we use them for other things. They actually have effects on our body, right? So there's a whole class of chemical compounds called flavonoids. Flavonoids are actually the things that make things smell good too. So like when you smell a lemon, can you smell that? Like, can you picture the smell of a good lemon? If you do it just right, you might actually get that tingle in the back of your throat that happens with sour. I don't know what sour feels like or tastes like to you, but to me, I get a little tight back here in the jawline, the mandible, when I taste something really sour. But flavonoids are the things that, one of the things they do is they're a compound that hits our olfactory system. And it's very interesting, the olfactory system, our ability to smell. When you breathe in flavonoids, it hits a spot back here in your nasal passageway that's actually the closest sense to your emotional centers. That's why when you smell something, it can actually put you in a state of mind and actually even elicit an emotion. My wife made cookies yesterday, and I can smell cookies, not necessarily in the house right now, but the smell of cookies puts me in a particular state of mind, right? Yesterday, also, before it started raining here, I took the boys out to the pond near our neighborhood, and there's a smell. It's not a bad smell. There's the smell associated with like pond water, and you can hear the geese, and you got little chirping frogs in the area, and there's a smell there that for me is very relaxing and meaningful. It brings me back to some of the happier memories of my childhood fishing and stuff. And that's actually the connection that we have with our olfactory system. Personally, I like the smell of fresh cut grass and mixed with a little bit of gasoline. Anybody like spend a lot of time mowing lawns as an adolescent? I did. And that smell reminds me of hard work and getting paid to do something, and a little bit of time to myself with the mower shaking you around and stuff. So anyway, all that to say that lemons have flavonoids in them. And one of the things that flavonoids do is they work on your olfactory system. So certain smells can elicit either a relaxing response. Some of them can be energizing, right? This is a lot of the claims around things like essential oils or aromatherapy, is that the flavonoids can create a sense or a feeling in you. Sometimes they can relax you. Sometimes they can energize you. I know we use peppermint in my house. We'll put it right here on your sinuses or under your nose or here on your temples if you have a headache or something like that. And the flavonoids, some of the compounds in peppermint can actually cause vasodilation, open things up, and help you relax a headache and whatnot. So these flavonoids also, and I'm telling you all this because I want you to understand that there are compounds in plants that we're just beginning to understand how they affect us. And so the study of these particular flavonoids in lemons found a reduced amount of inflammation that could lead to heart disease. And so who knows? We don't know exactly what the mechanism is for that, but what we do know is that consuming lemons on a regular basis can actually lower those inflammatory markers, and it seems related to these flavonoids. Another thing that lemons have been studied for is that they have an immense amount of bioavailable vitamin C, meaning that, if you take like a tablet of vitamin C, the bioavailability of it is lower, means your body has a harder time absorbing all of that vitamin C, right? Whereas when it comes from something naturally occurring, then your body has an easier time gaining access to it. Now, vitamin C is water soluble, so the bioavailability of it isn't as impactful as things like vitamin K, for instance. But that said, putting some lemon in your water is a really good way to boost your vitamin C intake all day long. And I don't know about you guys, but there's a lot of illnesses rolling around in our neck of the woods right now. And so having more vitamin C, which is a very powerful antioxidant, has been linked to strong and healthy and robust immune function. And also vitamin C is really helpful for buffering some of the inflammatory effects of stressful days and sleepless nights, maybe even exercise. It's a nice way to boost your vitamin C intake by adding a little bit of lemon juice to your water in the day. And then there's another interesting effect of lemon juice in your water. There are many who report that drinking lemon juice in their water lowers their craving for sweet things. So there's actually a indirect correlation, which means, if you drink more lemon water, you do less of something else. There's an indirect correlation for those who drink soft drinks on a regular basis, like Coke or Diet Coke or Mountain Dew or Dr. Pepper or whatever it is that you like to drink. If you're drinking lemon water, studies actually show that you'll decrease the amount that you're drinking. Now, it might not be anything magical. It might just be that drinking lemon water means that's a portion of your hydration intake, right? And so you're drinking less of other things. Makes perfect sense. But there also might be something to it that conditioning the taste buds and the mind to appreciate a little bit of the sour bite might actually help to calm down the desire for sweet things, right? We're not sure. Again, we're not sure about how this works, but there is an indirect correlation in studies they look at where they recommend, hey, drink, 2 8-ounce glasses of lemon water daily. And they're like, okay. And then, they actually report having less soft drinks as a result. And so for that reason, in studies like that, they've seen weight loss, but the weight loss, at one point in time, they thought it was maybe lemon has some magical component that might cause your metabolism to increase and cause you to burn fat better. It doesn't actually look like that. It just seems like adding lemon to your water and making it a point to be hydrated throughout the day seems to result in lower intakes of other sugary beverages and therefore less weight gain and probably weight loss because you're lowering your insulin, right? So that's pretty cool. Now, lemons aren't the only thing you can add to your water. I've gotten creative, and there's a lot of recipes out there for this. You don't have to have a recipe, though. You can infuse flavonoids into water from just about anything. So you've probably had cucumber water before. Have you ever had that? You just take a cucumber, slice it up in slices, throw it in a mason jar or a gallon jug, and let it sit overnight with water in the fridge. And then, it's actually very refreshing. Cucumber water is awesome. And if you want to get really bougie with it, you can take a sprig of mint and throw it in there, and you end up with minty cucumber water. And that's pretty awesome too. My personal favorite is jalapenos in mint. So I like to chop up a jalapeno, throw that in some water with some mint. Mint has a lot of properties that are helpful for parasympathetic activation, meaning like it's very relaxing and energizing at the same time. And then jalapenos have a compound called cayenne in them, and there might also be some flavonoids that we don't understand yet, but they tend to elevate metabolic function and actually help digestive function as well, as long as you don't overdo it. Pat says, how about the scotch and water combination? I don't know about that one. I can't say that I'm going to recommend that one much. But that said, there are a lot of different things that you can do in order to make your water more effective for you, and it's worth experimenting with. It really is. So this has been Nutrition Tip Tuesday in Better Daily Live. Thank you guys so much for joining me on Tuesday. Now, that said, when life gives you lemons, remember we made them ourselves, and add them to your water and see what happens with you. Until next time, guys, it's just 1%. You got this.
Thank you for joining us for 1% Better today. Don't forget to subscribe for the podcast. Leave us a raving review to tell others how Better Daily has helped you in your journey. If you want more Better Daily, download our app and join our Betterment family at betterdaily.live. Use code POD to get 25% off your subscription. That's POD, all caps, to save 25% on your subscription. We all have a cross to carry. It's lighter when we do it together. Go to betterdaily.live today.